Oh, it's dark in here. In this video, I approach the challenges of printing in a cold environment and how to overcome it. Come along with me for the install of a very cleverly designed Australian thermal product called Iglu for your 3D printer. All right, welcome back to the print room. I'm meant to be taking more photos, but something popped up on one of the Discord group chats that is absolutely awesome. And I really want to get it on the printers. So pausing that just to get this done, and then I'll get back to the photos. But sorry, my apologies. But if you're a bit of a printing nut like I am, then every now and again something hits your feed and you're like, holy moly, that would be helpful. I've seen that. I want to print these out of ABS. The ABS ones, because of the strength of ABS on there, it is so much lighter because it's less walls. So it is lighter and it uses less filament than the PETG. ABS is also cheaper where I am in Australia anyway, generally, than the PETG to buy. So it's a win-win. Now, it is really cold here. We are at the end of autumn. We're going into winter. This print room reaches down to 1.2, 1.5 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I can stick it up there, or maybe we ask, hey Siri, what's 1.2 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
1.2 degrees Celsius is 34.16 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right, so we're getting to 34 degrees Fahrenheit for people overseas that use that system. So it's damn cold. And that means printing ABS in these printers, even though they're enclosed, I get issues. I generally don't print ABS at all, actually. I print ASA. So if I'm using an engineering plastic or something that needs to be outside, I skip ABS. But I have a roll of ABS with me at the moment, and I like green for the accessories on these things, as you can see. So I'm going to use ABS. Because I'm going to use ABS, I've had something for a while that I've wanted to test, and that is this. And what's in here, I'm about to open up and show you, but it is from Iglu Covers, which is an Aussie company down here in Australia, and they make an enclosure that goes around your printer to keep it warm. And the idea is you maintain the heat in the chamber, your prints don't warp. Just for the record, this is not sponsored. I purchased this when they had their pre-launch, so I think 4 months ago. So it's been here a long time, but I've gotten away with it because it's been over summer and all this sort of stuff, and we're going into warm weather. I haven't needed it. Now that it's freezing damn cold, I'm going to need it. And this is the issue I had last winter printing in the cold. I actually had foil board, which you can buy from Bunnings, which is, if you're overseas, I don't know, I think you guys call it Lowe's or something, but in Australia we call it by a hardware store. And it's foil boarded insulation, so it's foam with foil each side. And I made enclosures to go around it to keep the warmth in. This is awesome. So, well, from what I've seen online, so let's see how it goes together. I haven't had a full look at it yet. I'm hoping it can just go on the printer. I'm hoping it doesn't go under the printer, then I've got to move it, but we're going to find out. And we'll see. So this is a first look at the Iglu cover, and it's the first time doing this flip thing. Now, something else interesting, I only run these things here, these lid risers for the eSun cardboard spools, because they're a pain in the ass when you put the little plastic rings on them, you need to raise it. But once I'm out of them, I won't need this. Something that I'm guessing a heap of other people had no idea about, and there'll be a heap of you that are saying just RTFM the manual. I'm like, all right, fair call. I had no idea. Watch this. Let's get rid of this. So this is the lid riser that I use. Right? Watch this. Yes, they're tabs. So you one of the thousands of other people that had no idea that they're actually locking tabs. And the purpose of these locking tabs is to push this lid and hold it against the seal so it seals properly. I don't know how many thousands of times I've gone back and forth over that and have had no idea. But if you're like me, there you are. If you're not and you're smarter, good for you. Congratulations, you could have told the rest of us. Anyway, I digress. So there we go. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to jump on it and let's get it done now. Whoop. Look at that. I'm not used to it. I'm trying to lift the thing without opening the tabs. I see myself ripping those tabs off. There we go. These things we're going to photograph, we're going to clear off, and we'll come back to photographing them later. These, actually, one thing we should do is just get this finished because it will take me a minute to complete. Gorilla Glue gel super glue is what I use. I can throw a link to that down below as well. I like the gel, it doesn't run, but there are situations where I need something looser. I've been using this. I can link this in as well. This is actually really cheap. You can get two bottles of this, cost the same as one of these. However, when this dries, the amount of vapor off the PLA, it just leaves a powder everywhere. So I'm looking to try this one, because if this is like the Gorilla Gel, it's just looser, it won't leave a vapor across everything. Okay. Now, as far as I got into opening this was actually cutting the thing, but never got to pulling it out. So let's have a look. And I mean, this has been living on top of a box here for months, and you've probably seen me if in some of the other videos it may have come up. It's just been moved around because it's always in the way. Okay. Bit dusty, but all right. There. Okay. Try and do it sort of so you can see it. Hey, let me point you down a bit. There we go. A bit more. Okay. All right. Goes under the printer. I was hoping it just sort of went around, but it goes. I don't know why you have to insulate the bottom of the printer. I didn't need to do that, and I got chamber temps, but anyway. Okay, there. All right. Okay. So it does have cutouts for the back. Cool. All right, so I'm going to have to disconnect the AMS and the power and everything from there. Move that to the bottom one. All right, well, if this is the case, let's work out the front and the back and just lay this out. So I can just drop the P1S straight onto the top of this. Oh, I mean, slippers down here and nearly lost a footing. Oh. Bring you around the back here. You need this little tool, and it disconnects. So you just put the tool on here, and it pushes in to the feeder, to the buffer, and then this one here, you just put it under here, and it activates the little tab on the plug, so you can disengage it. So, because that little tab is in towards the printer, so you can't actually get your finger behind it to press it. So that's what the tool's for. Whether that's necessary, I'm not sure. They could have just done a push bit like these, but they didn't. I'm just going to pop this back up here. I'm just going to move the AMS away Pop it on the front here. You can see how much dust builds up on the top of these things. Before we give it a wipe, we're just going to close this because we don't want to wipe. Should actually take the whole bloody thing off, but that's fine. Done. Right, my guess is they're going to have to come back off again at some point. I'm just wondering if that's meant to be back here or if it's meant to come out and come back in the top. I see that. Let me bring this. Okay, well that makes more sense now. It was from the first batch, maybe they use it for a demo. And then the top comes over here. That looks pretty good. That actually, yeah, I'm very happy at the moment. I have no doubt it's going to work, considering what I had previously. Maybe I can throw a photo in. But yeah, the amount of insulation here is, you know, it's exactly what I had done with the foil board. Obviously the foil board's cheaper, but it's a lot more time. You've got to cut all the panels. I ended up using bamboo skewers to get the panels to line up, and then I had to put the tape around it. And look, it is a cheaper option to do that. I think if you were to foil board your printer, it works just as well. I'm not gonna, I don't see this working any better than what I'd already done, but this is infinitely easier to work with because the way I had it done, there was no way you're going to remove it easy. I had double-sided tape to hold the foil board against the printer, double-sided tape on the front glass to hold the foil board in and the top. So it was really a mache of things. Looking at these, this is a much nicer setup. I think the only thing I'd like to maybe see improved is the ability to open the door without the Velcro, because I don't know how many rips that's good for, but I would have liked maybe something, whether they, you know, whether you can stick some magnets here and have some magnets here and it just magnetizes closed. I think it's good. It's definitely going to keep it warm. This is heavy. The actual, surprisingly, you look at it, it's not like the stuff you put on the windscreen of your car, the sunshade. This is quite heavy. I don't know exactly how much it weighs, but I'd hedge a bet it's around 2 kilos for this cover. It's significant in weight, so it's not shitty insulation, whatever they've put in there. And this vinyl's very thick as well. Yeah, it's not built like crap. It's actually, even at full price, I think it's worth it. When you consider the cost of just time and loss of material when things warp, even though I paid significantly less than what it costs today, I still think the price point it's at for what it provides is worth it. But yeah, I'd have to be an idiot to tell you I've got to print 100 things and test this to make sure it works. Like, you can feel how thick it is, and you can see the insulation. So, but we will test it because it's the fair and right thing to do before I say, yes, it's, you know, awesome, jump on it. So you can see your electronics areas and all that, they're not covered. So your fan can vent. You've got your vent there that's open, obviously the poop chute. I wonder if anything's going to sit there. And then your power. So yeah, we'll give it a crack. We'll see what it's like. I'm aiming to sort of get it to the 55, 50 degree, sit around 50 degrees in there and then hit print. So that's the plan. Now that that's done, we need to get the AMS back up. And we're going to put it straight on top. Okay. Now we're going to reconnect. So we have the tube here, and that's in. Now we have this, and the plug, that little bit that you need to disconnect, goes facing towards the printer. Now I can't see my eyes around there, but yep, it's clicked. Make sure I got my hand, one hand under the printer, on top. Oh, it's heavy. I need to move it a little bit that way, but it's fine. It'll do. There we go. So that is the Iglu cover on the printer. In the next video, I put the Iglu cover to the test printing ABS parts, and I modify the AMS to make accessing your 3D printer way easier. Subscribe so you don't miss it.